That
sound, that sound,
they love it, man. You can't talk, but they love it. Just sit here and take it.
I think, is that the barking?
Yes, yes.
When we played in Chicago, that scared the hell out of me. I didn't know, I knew nothing about this, you know, and we went off after the last song, and they started doing that, and I thought we've blown it. They hate us. It's a very strange noise to hear when you don't know what it is. You know?
Do they have a symbol of approval in England, something that maybe we don't know about?
Just, yeah!
Stick to the basics.
Yeah, that kind of thing, you know.
We like you! You know, it's simple.
I've been thinking about this all day, actually. Is it okay, all us English people, we sort of abbreviate names. Mm-hmm. So is it okay if I call you Ars? If it's kind of one of those things English people do, and I want to come back on the show later, you know, I want to be invited back, and if you'd rather I didn't call you Ars.
Well, you know, it's like, I'd like you back too. And, and on one hand, I want to let you call me Ars, you know. But on the other hand, I have a friend from England, and I know what Ars means.
Oh, but that's not...
Not that Ars?
Not that Ars, no. It's Ars. I mean, it's RC.
But doesn't Ars mean something in England?
Let's get on with other things. I'm just digging myself into a hole here that I'm not going to be able to get out of if I don't...
Okay. Let's talk about the song you just did and the lyrics.
Yeah, well, B was talking about the same thing. It's a problem that is bigger than any of the problems that you have in any one city in the States. It's a worldwide problem. And I've seen things, you see things on your travels. I mean, like the cynics out there say, Phil Collins has got a lot of money, he gets driven around it. What does he know? What contact would he have with reality? Mm-hmm. And in fact, you know, I go supermarket shopping with my wife, I push the cart, she throws the food, and I do things, normal things. I live a very normal life. And I see things the same as everybody else does. And I've been to different cities, and it hits you. Mm-hmm. When you live there, you don't see it. But when you come in, you know, it hits you straight away. And I wrote about it, that's all. Yeah. A nudge in the ribs. You know, this is happening on everybody's doorstep. Let's all remember it. Let's all think about it.
Good move. It's a good move. You mentioned your wife. Could we talk about your honeymoon?
Yes, if you want to talk about my honeymoon.
I've
called you Ars, you can talk me about my honeymoon if you want.
They tell me you had an unforgettable wedding night.
Well...
And not for the reasons we normally...
No, for different reasons, that's right. Well, we had the wedding reception at our house. Mm-hmm. And we had 300 or 400 guests. Great band, you know, all my friends came along and we had a great band. But then halfway through the afternoon, the toilet got backed up. Which is, you don't think about 300 or 400 people going to the toilet. You think of, you know, champagne, wine, but they all need to go to the bathroom, and so the toilet got backed up. That's what the first thing that happened. Kind of put a little bit of a dark shadow on the day. And then we got to the hotel, and the door wouldn't close. The door of the room wouldn't close, so I had to prop a chair against it. And so we ended up just watching the Olympics. And it was the Olympics was on, so it wasn't a very memorable wedding night.
Unique night.
Unique.
By the way, it's the Lou.
The Lou.
See, I know a lot more about... Okay.
The Lou, okay.
So anyway, I was just born in Cleveland, man.
Okay.
Genesis, what's up for the group?
Well, we're sort of resting, you know. We did a long tour in '87, which tour was a 10-month tour, and we just sort of did the album, did the tour, and then we're resting, and we're going to come back and do an album in probably the earliest time will be 1991. So we're still around. We don't split up and reform like a lot of other groups. We just keep going and just take a rest.
Yeah, that's great. You're gonna after the commercial do another song. Which song are you gonna do?
Well, this is called That's Just the Way It Is. The album has kind of got some serious subjects.
Yeah.
And That's Just the Way It Is a song about Northern Ireland.
Okay.
So it kind of, if you don't know what it's about, it just puts you in the right perspective when you hear the song.
It's a good album. I listened to it a bunch of times when it first came out, and a little politics, a little love, and we'll be back with some of the politics in a moment.